All right, and now we are live. So what's up, Chad? How's it going, man? Everyone, say hi.
It's
did
going
you did you
well.
get all your friends the invite?
I tried. I posted it for the world to see and for the world to come listen.
Well, let's check on this. Well, I gotta let it wait. We'll let it run for like 30 seconds, and then we'll see how it sounds between us. But shit, man, long time no see. I'm glad to see you finally. After how long?
Beats me? I can't even. I don't know. I don't know the last time we saw each other.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Well, whatever yours is, mine's long because I've never seen him. So,
well,
what's
Ryan,
up, dude?
it was good meeting you today.
Really long time.
Never met you before, but it was a pleasure meeting you today. But yeah, shoot, man, tell me a lot about when y'all met up, how y'all met up.
It all started back when Ryan wanted to tell this story.
What story?
I got you, man. So I was in where I wanted to start a band with a buddy of mine named Joseph, and we wanted to. Between
us, but shit, man.
Oh shit! How's it sound?
Not
bad.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Well, whatever yours is, mine's long because I've never seen him.
Mike's hot.
That mic's hot.
Yeah, it's a little hot. There we go. That should be a little bit better.
Cool.
It was a pleasure meeting you today. But yeah, shoot, man, tell me a lot about when y'all met up. It's a good thing people don't watch this that often. Who cares?
They don't watch it right away.
Yeah.
So but
I'm not gonna edit it out. It's all in there.
No. It's cool, man. They'll watch it on the playback and know that hey, you know what?
Hey, I'm making sure I put quality in
That's
this.
right.
Since
That's
I
right.
lag behind on a missing mic cable that I have no idea where it's at. But
it's all good, man.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
We've dealt with way worse.
Oh yeah, what?
Man. Like I was saying, me and my buddy Joseph wanted to start a punk rock band. We were listening to a lot of like Alkaline Trio at the time, and Joseph's a huge fan of like Blink-182. But we definitely wanted to do something punk rock, and we ended up getting this guy named Jeremy to play drums for us. Now this was like I'm talking like we were like freshmen in high school over at John Jay, and we ended up just practicing one day. And we wrote a couple, or we had like a demo come out, like 4 songs or whatever. And then we ended up doing like a 7 or 8 song, like little EP. And by that point, I was like, dude, we should get another guitarist. And by then, I already knew Chad. I don't even know how, maybe through mutual friends, skateboarding, just shit like that.
I didn't know he messed around with instruments. All I knew was that you were just a skateboarder, you and Jared just in the back, and then every once in a while y'all would talk about music.
I actually started playing violin in the 5th grade, and then that led me to the guitar.
So when did you stop playing the violin then?
In 11th grade. But I played at Jay with Carlos.
Oh yeah, with Luis. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
How good was he? Like,
yeah, he was the shit. You couldn't touch him. You couldn't. His chair had his name engraved in it. He's always first. You couldn't get him out of that chair.
What about? I thought that girl Jennifer was pretty good at violin.
She was good, but Carlos
left everyone behind.
Number 1. Dude,
always.
He flew with it, dude. Like, he wasn't even out of high school yet. He was already getting badass gigs and getting paid. He was making it big time already.
Well, you know he's a cop now, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
He disappeared. I thought he was badass violin player somewhere.
Nah,
doing it big.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and then I found out that he was just a San Antonio police officer, which is
badass too.
Yeah, I just heard that from another friend of mine. Yeah, you remember Christine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it from Christine, and she told me that he's a police officer. I was like, wow.
I hope he's still playing though, man.
I'm pretty sure he is.
He was real good.
I'm pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure he still goes down to some of those Mexican restaurants downtown, plays that mariachi and all that. Or what do you call that when they come up to your table?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, mariachi. Yeah. But yeah, you were saying back in high school that
and he was, what were you, a grade above me?
1 grade above.
Yeah, so I was a freshman. He was a sophomore. We'd skate with like mutual friends and stuff. And then I found out he had a guitar, and I was like, dude, come jam with us one day. He listened to our music. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go do it. And we just jammed. We all clicked, and we played a few shows together, which played a lot of shows. It felt like a lot of shows, but
Yeah, we did.
and you know, got screwed out of money a lot of times. You know, but that's just the way it is when you're kids. When you're like 15,
you don't
16,
know the business yet.
Yeah, you don't know the business. You know what I mean? Like you just want to play. You're just happy to be there. You know what I mean? And that's, I mean, even now I'm just like, I'm still like, I don't care about money too much. Still, like
You
I
just
just
want to
want
get
to
out
be
there
there. I
and
just want to have
play
fun.
your music. Yeah.
Yeah, if I get paid, awesome, dude. Like, sweet. But you know, if not, it's cool, man. It's for the music. It's for the kids, right, or whatever. But then that band dissolved, as bands sometimes do, and you know, we all kind of went our own separate ways and had our own lives, and you know, ended up in other bands. I know he did. He had another band that he was in, playing bass, right?
Yeah. I ended up playing bass for 2 other bands. And then tried to start up, I think, even a third. And it just wasn't happening.
Why wasn't it not happening?
It's hard to find people that
sure.
want to play the same
passionate as
thing.
you?
Yeah, they're really serious about it. They have the same interests, because sometimes you'll pull people together and this guy wants to play this kind of style and this guy wants to play this, and he thinks it sounds good this way. The other thinks it sounds good the other way. And then it's just heads bumping all the time. Yeah, you can get a song or 2 out every once in a while, but it's
when you don't have a directional flow with everybody,
exactly.
It's hard to.
I mean, it just felt like we were just forcing it with everything we did, and it just wasn't happening. And then
When did y'all two reconnect?
A couple years ago.
Yeah,
Right.
over a year ago.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
But
Because so we tried to get like the original group back together, which was Next to Nothing, was what we were called then, which consisted of me, Chad, our friend Joseph, and then Jeremy. We were gonna play drums, and or he was gonna play drums, and we tried to do that again.
we got one practice.
We got one practice in with everybody, and it was pretty cool, man. It was just like old times, you know what I mean?
It's been over 10 years.
Yeah.
Like since the last time.
Oh,
we
wow.
played
Legit,
together.
like over 10 years since we all got together. Didn't miss a beat, man. Like we just played like we never like 10 years hadn't passed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was so cool. And then we were like, yeah, you know, let's do a new name, but let's pay like an homage to like our old name. So we came up with Nothing Lost, and it just made sense, you know. And then Jeremy, he's real busy. He does a lot of drumming downtown.
Is that the guy that's up in Chicago right now, or going to Chicago?
No. That's our drummer now.
Okay.
And he'll be going to Chicago to record with his other band next week, I believe. But I know he was busy today because it's Easter. Happy Easter, everybody!
Yeah, happy Easter, everybody.
Easter.
I got some Coscoronis cracked on my head today. That's for sure.
Oh God!
Yeah, you still got some
Yeah,
colors.
I can see
yeah.
that.
Good luck with trying to get out with this curly
That
hair.
fro.
But yeah, man. So you know, Jeremy, he's real busy with. He plays drums downtown a lot under the name Remy Bones, and you know he's got it going on, man. He's got his own CDs, his T-shirts, and he goes out there and he plays, and people throw money at him or whatever. But so we ended up moving on with like a different drummer, and we had our buddy, or really Chad's buddy Josh, kind of jump in and play drums here and there. We wrote a song, I think a song and a half with Josh, and then us three, the original guys. And then Joseph, he lives in Austin, so it's a little harder for him to like drive down here for practice and go back. And so he kind of parted ways and just like, you know what, you guys y'all have fun, like, you know, which kind of sucks because like we love Joseph, you know. He's it
broke our hearts.
Yeah, because
like,
we love that dude, and like we just love playing with that guy. You know what I mean? It's just so it was just down to me and him, and then we were like, well, let's find a new drummer, you know. And I called up Edson. I was like, hey, you want to play drums in this band? And I knew him from Craigslist actually, because like this was like a year before. And me and him tried to jam with some other guys and it just didn't work out. But he was a really like pretty chill dude. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Come jam. We're gonna play some punk rock and stuff. And he's like, yeah, I'm in. Sure. We got together and just started shitting out songs, man.
Yeah.
Like legit just started pushing out songs. I mean, like third practice we had like.
And how long ago was this?
Not long ago.
Not long. 3 months.
4 months maybe. Yeah.
And then y'all just got the wheels turning and started grinding.
It was weird.
Yeah.
The other bands I've had, we can have 9 practices and we won't have hardly nothing written. And then, yeah, well, when I started jamming with Ryan again, it was like, all right, let's get together and We could jam for about an hour and a half. Boom, song done.
Yeah,
like
Nice.
I mean, not 100%, but you know what I mean. Like we could definitely we could record it on our phones, send it to Edson, be like, look, we wrote this. Like we're gonna get it down next practice for sure.
And then we do.
And
like,
then
just
every practice we've got a new one, and it's just flowing. It's so easy.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I remember I had another guy over here on an earlier podcast that he's with a what's his band? Marilla Vo or something like that.
Yeah, Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel.
Yeah,
he was saying about the same thing, that it's hard to find like band members that you actually flow with, and then once you actually find people that you can flow with, you just start producing music like that. It doesn't matter whether you're just practicing or if you're just jamming out. Like you said, like once you find the right people, you're golden.
That's
so true.
That's the absolute truth, to be honest. But yeah, man, we have a good thing going right now. We have our first show coming up Friday, April 6th, and that's going to be a first Friday at Jackrabbit. So we're pretty stoked on that. Playing with a band called Destroy Orbison. They're a punk band here in San Antonio. They're really good, as well as Party Robot. They're going to be playing, and it's going to be a pretty cool culmination of like artists and vendors, and they're going to be selling like pins and prints and just tons of cool stuff there.
Lots of craft
Is
beers.
Jackrabbit the place they replace as the White Rabbit?
No. That would be the Paper Tiger.
Paper Tiger. Okay.
Jackrabbit is over off San Pedro. It's next to the Bang Bang Bar.
Okay.
So it's like in that area.
Okay. Yeah, I was getting confused with Jack's Patio and then Paper Tiger. I was all like, I'm sure it's not one of those better hats.
Yeah. So we got that show coming up, and then I think we just booked.
Yeah, today we just got added on to a show on 420 at Bonds. And
awesome.
That's going to be a nice mixture. There's going to be a little thrash, a little metal, punk rock, some hip hop. It's going to be a good mixture.
Wow, that's a big venue.
Yeah. And it's going to be an 80s themed party, so dress to impress.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, who are you going to be?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but it'll come to me.
I'm dusting off my Beat It jacket from Michael Jackson. Play guitar in that.
Get the little silver glove too.
Yeah, hey, if I can play with it, I'll do it. For sure.
That'd
Either
be
that
awesome.
or a purple Prince suit or something. I don't know, something cool like that.
He likes to beat it.
Yeah, I do like to beat it.
How hard do you beat it sometimes?
It just depends day by day. I mean, it depends on the workday. Because if the workday was really rough, then I'm going that thing like a jackhammer on some concrete. You know what I mean?
Like when that glove's fresh out of the laundry. Like,
even when it's warm,
beat it like it owes him money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Snuggle.
Are y'all feeling a little cozy over there?
Yeah, we're like shoulder to shoulder over here.
This is cool.
It's all good though.
It's like when one of us wants to talk, we got to fight. Like.
Hey, y'all flowing pretty good over there.
We're pretty good, man. I mean,
we're probably gonna end up playing the show like that too.
Yeah. If it's
sharing the mic up there.
If it's a small venue, and we'll play the show.
Even if it's huge,
even if it's big, just for no reason.
Show the love. Just show the love you'll have for one another.
Yeah, for sure. So it's kind of crazy to like think about that I've known Chad this long. Like and like I'm sure you've known him too for quite a long time. So,
7th grade?
Yeah.
So when you think about that,
long time.
like Jesus Christ, like how long ago was that? You know what I mean? 2000? Year 2000?
Yeah,
right.
2000.
2000.
So like 18 years you've known this guy. It's fucking crazy when you think about that, man.
Yeah, you don't think that sometimes like you're like when you're a kid you don't think about that. Right. It's when you get older and then you're all like, does he really remember me?
Yeah.
Right. Lots of time to like reflect on things like that when you get older.
Exactly.
Just sitting at home late at night. Man, what happened to that guy?
Whatever happened?
Man, I wonder if they're doing all right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm all like, man, is he still sitting in the back of some classroom just talking?
just chilling.
Just chilling.
Do you remember that time I walked by and accidentally farted on his binder?
Oh, man.
What was your favorite class back in high school?
Probably Probably WJEN doing the morning announcements.
Nice.
Oh, that's right. You were part of that with the
awesome.
AJ, Diane. Who else was in there?
Kyle, Mr. Ron.
Mm-hmm. I remember those crazy lightsaber battles
Kelsey.
y'all would get into with those.
That was fun, man. I learned a lot in that class. It was the funnest, and I probably learned the most out of that class. And then Mr. Scully was always cool.
Wasn't Miss Christensen in charge of all that?
Yeah, Miss Christensen is amazing.
I don't know how you guys remember names from teachers. Like,
oh, it's just
holy shit.
Well, because we had like the same teachers.
I'm impressed.
We had the same teachers pretty much every year, though.
Yeah,
really?
Like Science Academy, you were locked in.
You were locked in.
It's the same faces like all 4 years, pretty much.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't excel, so I was like, I was definitely not in Science Academy.
Okay, we didn't excel either. We just
Anti-Science
We just filled out a different paper before school started.
Senior year, I didn't take any AP classes. I was just like, nope, regular honors Science Academy classes are good enough for me.
My last month and a half of school was spent in Saturday school.
Trying to catch up?
Yeah, we're covering credits. But it wasn't even Saturday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I was just in the library. Credit retrieval.
Oh, God. That's awful.
But I graduated.
Yeah. I did a lot of summer school,
They
night
helped me.
classes and stuff, so I feel that, man. I feel
You
that.
know, I've never taken summer classes. I only took summer classes one time in college, and that was it.
Oh, dude.
And that was
in high school, it just destroys your youth. Like, it just takes away that time that you have.
It doesn't now, too.
To get away from everything. And just like, no, gotta go in summer school.
Well, did y'all see like how many fights have been breaking? I mean, there was like
Did you see
fights.
the recent one?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Fights? Where?
At Jay.
The one where that kid like slapped that other kid's mom or punched her in the face.
And then slammed the door on her head.
Oh my god.
And then jumped and bashed all her windows out of the car.
Yes. The front window, the sunroof window, the back windshield. Jesus. And then there's this tall white lady that just comes in. It's like, y'all two need to go home.
Yeah. Well, one of them needs to go to the hospital, and then the other one needs to be in jail.
That lady was hitting him too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there footage
both
of
very
this?
immature. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna watch this after this. I gotta see that.
It's embarrassing.
No, I haven't. I guess I don't keep up with WJEN, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh no, we're not keeping up with that. We just
it's
know people that
it's on the news. I don't watch the news.
Well, supposedly they both got booked. The guy and the woman. Yeah, they got booked. And,
Good.
And now I've been seeing like whenever I drive by there, I've been seeing like a Northside police officer cop car just sitting there where all those fights have been usually.
Oh, now.
Now. But I don't remember that happening back in high school. I remember there were fights happening in the school, but they would never flow out into the public streets. Like a
designated fight area.
Yeah.
Where was Jay's designated fight? Was it like a ditch?
Was it O'Reilly's parking lot?
O'Reilly's parking lot?
Probably.
There was the ditch in the back.
Oh, yeah, the ditch in the back.
Yeah.
I used to go back there and like hang out with chicks and stuff. That was pretty cool. They were like smoking cigarettes and older than me.
Was it just cigarettes?
Well, I was smoking cigarettes back there. Were you hanging out with me?
Yeah.
I was a chick.
I wasn't that cool to hang out with girls.
Yeah, wasn't your hair long enough at one point?
Yeah, my hair was pretty long. It might have been me the whole time. You thought I was a chick.
Yeah, him and Jared. You probably
you're
both chicks, man.
Yeah.
We got in trouble.
Y'all pretty hot.
Got busted.
Really?
We were hot.
Man, was it just cigarettes? Usually?
Yeah, it was
most days.
Cigarettes.
Yeah. I don't know. I just went back there every now and then. Some girl would always be like, "Hey, you want to come back here and we're gonna smoke cigarettes?" I'm like, "Okay." She was older, so already.
So that already made her hot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come back here.
Yeah, she could have. Like, she could probably look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I would have probably still gone because I'm like, well, she's older, dude. Like, I was a freshman. She's a junior, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go back there. She's pretty cool. Like,
yeah, she's
I want to be cool. You know what I mean? I wasn't. I was just some loser theater kid.
Yep. So. You were.
Yeah.
What about us? I mean, we were in the science academy. I mean, that pretty much made us nerds, but I still try to find, like, we still intermix with the regular school crowd.
Mm-hmm. Especially everyone that was in, like, athletics.
Yeah.
That was hardly anybody in science academy.
That wasn't in athletics. Like, that was, like, our out or something, or metal shop or theater.
Yeah, like, all the... Electives.
Yeah. But I heard like nowadays,
Keep
like
my hands back here now.
nowadays they have like actual science academies separated from regular John Jay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's like a section of the building, like that new part.
Oh, cool.
It's just all science.
I mean, not cool, like segregate them, but
yeah.
I mean, it's cool they made an add-on.
Yeah,
it's always cool to get bigger.
But come on, do you think Kyle could have survived as a regular Jay?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. He was cool, man. He was
cool. He was cool.
He held his own. I'll give him that. He did. I can't talk bad about Kyle, man.
Oh, no, I'm not being talking bad. I'm just saying, like, you think how he would have survived differently.
I think I knew him better than a lot of people did, and he'd hold his own if he had to.
Yeah, he got real, like, I don't want to say defensive. He knew how to stick up for himself when he had to.
And he knew his way around words.
Oh, yeah.
Silver tongue. He's a wordsmith. Smart guy.
Well,
he knew how to make it feel silly.
You go A&M, and you graduated from there. Oof.
Yeah. Man. Props to him, man.
I just went to UTSA because I wanted to relax.
I went to Texas State to do a damn thing.
I spent $30,000 just to find out I can learn anything from a book or the internet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's as soon as I figured out my classes weren't doing anything and I was learning from YouTube and everything else. I was like, man, I think I'm done with school.
Why am I paying these guys?
Yeah. And I dropped out and I'm happier than I've ever been.
My favorite thing was professors when they'd be all like, when you cite your work, we want you to make sure you cite it properly from good sources. Don't use Wikipedia. I'm like, what? I've been using Wikipedia for the last 4 years. Because at the bottom of the page, it says where they get the sources.
You got the test from Wikipedia. It sends it down right on the bottom.
So I think I like favorited and retweeted like some quote that someone said. It's like someone famous was all like, thank God for Wikipedia. It helped me through college. Because that's what all I did pretty much was this Wikipedia and Google.
Mm-hmm.
And that helped me through so much.
Straight up, man. SparkNotes was really cool too for, I think in mostly high school I used SparkNotes a lot.
Yeah. Summer reading? Dude. Fuck summer reading.
How many summer readings did you do? Yeah.
None. Zero summer readings.
What about now? How many books you read now? Out of school? No? Still none?
What are books?
Zero. Zero.
I mean, I get like a Game Informer magazine once a month.
I'm gonna read a couple comic books, here and there.
Oh yeah, how's that little competition y'all got? That little Facebook competition y'all do? Are you in that?
Oh,
King of Gamers.
Yeah, King of Gamers.
Yeah, King of Gamers. How's that going?
I just had to give up the belt myself. I was the champion.
Champion.
Solid week.
Which game?
What did we play?
I don't
remember.
I haven't gone to one because I'm a piece of shit friend, so I haven't gone to one.
Ernest invited me, and I was like, man, I'm busy. I was like, I'll try to come after my podcast, but
you should go, man. It's a lot of fun. It's new games every time.
I want to go so bad. Just sometimes it falls when I'm working or something, so I'm just like.
It is. It's pretty late though.
Yeah, that too.
Like y'all just play like regular games or old games, retro, just whatever.
Anything, yeah. We try to stick pretty retro. We don't try to play anything new coming out.
So you play like old Nintendo games or something like that?
We'll make a tournament out of anything. Bubble Bobble, Tetris, Def Jam Icon, like Star Fox. It don't matter.
See, back when I was going to UTSA, I knew these guys. They were into Mario Kart. They played it so much, they were just on a next level. And when you race against them, you're basically going in slow-mo. And they're just flying around you. And I'm asking them what they're doing. Like, oh, you got to hold the controller like this and this. So that way you're just drifting the whole time and you're not losing any speed. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Or you could just play like normal people.
Well, I thought they were normal people. I didn't realize they spent so much time on Mario Kart.
They're like, okay, well, we won't drift the whole track. I guess we'll ride the baby rides for him.
No.
Turn the bumpers on.
And here's the thing. These guys entered into a Mario Kart championship.
Oh, jeez.
And they just whooped everybody.
Good for them.
Like, I was just like, wow.
Hopefully they got some money or something.
I don't know.
Oh, I've seen that level of competition for like Smash Brothers.
Ooh, yeah. That's
I can't get crazy over that game.
I'm crazy about the new one. I can't wait. It's gonna be badass.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get it.
Yeah.
See, that's on the Nintendo, right?
The Switch.
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
See, I've been wondering about that because I'm still stuck on my old PS3 since I diverted to my PC to play video games.
Right. Yeah, I forgot your Master Race.
Master Race, yeah.
PC.
Well, why does that make me a Master Race? Because I play PC.
That's what it is. PC's a Master Race.
It's okay.
At least you might not be one. Because usually they rub it in your face. And you haven't done that yet.
Well, I do it to a person at work. He plays PlayStation or Xbox. And he just plays regular game console games. And I'm all like, dude, that's not real gaming.
Oh my god.
You gotta get on PC.
Well, I don't really game then. I play PS4 exclusively. Yeah. That's all I play. I can't get into the PC world, and I'm not going.
But there are some games that I enjoy playing, like Destiny.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Halo. You can't play Halo or anything. Yeah, the classic ones.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
Rocket League. I mean, I don't know if you.
I play that on PC.
Ooh, but there's cross-platform now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I think Destiny is too.
We might have to throw down a Rocket League.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I haven't played that in a while. I guess I can brush up on that.
Yeah, knock the rust off and come talk to me.
Rocket League's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm hooked on that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
See, I got hooked on that when I saw it just as a free download on Steam. I was just all like,
done.
Yeah, I was just like,
now you got to pay for it.
And then it blew up.
Yeah, now you got to pay for it.
Yeah, now it's
what do you mean you got to pay for it?
It's not free anymore.
Yeah, it's like $30 now.
Yeah,
maybe 40.
What?
Yeah.
I'll just go play free stuff that comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, when I went to South by Southwest, I went to their gaming whatever.
How was it?
I mean, it's pretty good. Yeah. I don't think should have to pay $25 to get in there per person.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Like a theme
park. Yeah.
You would know.
The cool part was they had all these old retro arcade games and then like pinball machines. I was stuck on a pinball machine for a while.
That's pretty cool.
And I had like a line build. And I was like, I guess I better let these little kids play.
Could you kindly fuck off?
That's cool, man. What else was there? I mean, I've been to South by Southwest, but it's been a long time. And
well, they had like a bunch of vendors out there that were coming out with some new games for like phones and whatnot. Like a bunch of like stuff for kids. And then even if the kids that weren't able to read, they were like, oh. There's an just audible section like they can speak.
Yeah,
they speak out, and I was like, oh, cool.
That's pretty cool.
That is badass.
But yeah, there was pretty cool games that they had. They said they were coming out like later this year, but I'm all like, maybe for kids it'd be fun.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm pretty sure they're all trying to do the same thing, just make a game, and then later on add some add-ons that you can buy or work up towards.
Yeah,
because
nowadays you don't need a game to be done to release it.
No, you just release it in a stage and then...
Look at Fortnite.
And we'll fucks with it later.
Look at Fortnite. They did that. I mean, is their game... I think their game still isn't done.
Nope.
No?
PUBG,
same thing. They release these games and just blow up. And
one game that I've been waiting for that's been delay after delay after delay is the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh.
Like, it was supposed to come out like last Christmas. Delayed until next Christmas. So I'm just all like, really, guys, just come out with it. By the time it comes out, it's going to be a PS5.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But you don't know if the delay is good or bad. Like, are they fucking it up or are they making it better?
Yeah.
Well, the gameplays that they released look pretty absolutely amazing. So I'm just... But it sucks that they're going to release it in stages. Like, one storyline and then...
Because it's episodes,
kinda? So you're gonna have to buy it either by the season or buy it by per episode. So I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Wow.
I don't know. The new Far Cry came out. I'm kind of interested in playing that. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Oh well, fuck me, right?
Nah. What about it?
I don't know. It's just a big open world. Use animals and. You got a dog companion that'll go steal weapons from people. I thought it looked cool.
It sounds like a...
Did you ever play any of the other Far Cries?
No.
Yeah, me either.
I played Devil May Cry, like the first 2 editions. And then I got bored of that. I was just like, it's just slashing people left and right.
Capcom out the ass.
Oh, what one game that I got mad that they stopped making was Legacy of Kain.
Soul Reaver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna make a new game after that one where like Raziel merged with Kane's sword and like they were basically one again. Like I thought,
Didn't they just release a remaster of one of those?
Did they?
I think they did.
I don't know. I haven't been following. I've been stuck on the PC world, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Excuse us.
Yeah.
I got trapped in the World of Warcraft for a little bit.
Don't get me started.
Why?
I wasted so much life on WoW.
Really? I never played it.
Don't.
I don't.
Yeah,
I won't.
Don't.
I won't.
It's worse than heroin.
I won't.
Good.
Because then you start realizing how good you can get at that game, and then how much money you can make on the game. And you're like, how come I can't make this much money in real life?
Oh God. Oh no.
It will though, and then you're living in that life. Like your WoW life becomes more important. Like, oh, I'm a celebrity. Like I'm important. I'm making all this money. I'm a monster, a tyrant.
Jeez. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need that.
It is. It's addicting. One of the
I don't
most
need that in my life.
addicting things I've ever played in my life.
Well, and then I try to get off of that onto like the Star Wars universe.
Oh, I never got down on that.
Yeah, I was playing like the dark side the whole entire time.
Oh.
Yeah, I got up to like the Darth or whatever. Like it's the top level at the time, and then they came out with like 10 more. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm not playing this anymore.
It's like Diablo.
Now what games that I like to do are like Civilization, building up like your people from like just one little settlement into like an empire.
Yeah, yeah.
Like some people don't like that because they're like, oh, it's too much micro resources that you have to keep up on top with. I'm like,
I like that.
Yeah, it's fun, and plus you get to see it like grow into something as long as you don't fuck up.
Yeah.
But the AIs on that shit is just fucking ridiculous. Like you'll be getting bows and arrows, and the other person will have cannons. Like, really? How the hell? It's only been like 20 turns. How do you already have cannons? And it's ridiculous. And then I try to like study up on YouTube and follow like how they get their science advanced so fast, and I'm just like, I can't keep up with that.
That's how I felt when I played StarCraft.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm about to get like this carrier ship. Oh, it's gonna be like 30 more seconds. Okay. Oh, they got like 12 coming at me. Holy shit! Like, how did they even do that?
Yeah.
I thought I was beating the clock. And
today at my friend's house, we're he's a gamer too, PC gamer too. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
But he was showing me this new game. It's pretty badass. It just came out. He said like his nephew showed him this, and I was like, this ain't pretty bad for a kid's game. I mean, you pick up gun. It reminds me of. I'm trying to think of what game. Did y'all ever play Rust?
No, I've heard of it. I don't think I ever picked it up.
Trying to think of it. It's like a Call of Duty, but more like you start off with nothing. You start off with an axe. Like Halo, like you just start off with an axe and you try to go looking for guns while everyone else is trying to shoot for you.
Oh, okay.
But you start off like parachuting in to an island, and you have to basically just get to the ground as fast as you can, and it automatically deploys your a glider at a certain height.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter when you deploy because it's going to automatically deploy. And then you just get to the bottom, and then you just start looking for weapons. If someone, like, you and another person see the same weapon, y'all running towards it, you better be quicker than the other one or use your hammer.
Fortnite?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's what you just said? Yeah.
Dude, good game. Good game. I haven't been playing it as much, but
is that on
it's fun.
PS4?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they're crossing a lot of the platforms now.
Oh yeah. Man.
Yeah, that's one of the Rocket League was like the first big one to do it.
Yeah.
Fortnite's doing all the cross-platform.
Yeah, but y'all are using a controller though. I'm using WASD.
Yeah.
Get on that level.
How does that work? Is
it
like
It's actually a lot better.
Is it comfortable? I mean, yeah. Because like I can spend time typing stuff on my computer and I hate it.
like I think the control's a lot better on a mouse. Like when you're moving your view.
Oh, okay.
Like
A lot smoother.
A lot smoother, a lot more responsive.
Right.
I don't think like in the controller you can get that. Like a controller is nice.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Sure.
But I think you get a lot more options when you just do it on your keyboard and not your mouse. Like that mouse right there, you can program it to have like 20 different options if you wanted to.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. That's why sometimes when you see someone really, really good,
yeah,
they might be a PC person. So
sounds like something a PC player would say.
So they're cheating, basically. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
They're just on a different level.
They're just better. Is what you're saying.
They just have more tools.
They have more
to
tools
access.
to make them a better player.
Because console sucks.
Yeah, because console sucks.
Yeah, it does. I mean, don't. I mean, I can come back down to y'all's level and play console.
No. Don't ride the kiddie rides for us.
There ain't no more room anyway.
You sure?
No, we're good.
I mean, Ernest invited me, so I'll make an appearance eventually.
If you come try and win that belt.
It depends on what game it is. I mean,
we got a real belt.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like WWE style and everything.
Yeah,
man, get it.
And then you could do tag too.
Tag.
Sometimes we have tag nights where it's teams of 2. And then
tag, you're it.
You got tag belts too, like tag titles.
Oh,
like
shit.
Wrestling. But it gets intense, man. You should come by, especially on these old school games when you think like, how the hell are they gonna like turn that into a competition?
So, are y'all taking turns with like little Nintendo controllers?
Yeah, it depends on what we're playing, but yeah, we'll have it all set up, ready to go, and then we'll make a bracket and draw names. And be like, all right, you against you, let's go, first round.
Oh shit! Damn,
It's
that
fun.
sounds like fun. I haven't done anything like that. Last time I did something like that was playing FIFA, and this guy that I hate it when I play like FIFA because I know how to play soccer, and this other person doesn't know how to play soccer and just like scores these ridiculous goals from like
that
outside the box. Yeah, that would never happen outside of real life, outside of that game. And I'm like, really? You're not trying to set up any type of formation. You're not trying to do throw passes. Not trying to do crossovers. Nope, he's just randomly pushing buttons and somehow makes it in. And I'm like,
man.
All right, whatever.
So now you know how all the skateboarders felt when Tony Hawk came out.
I love Tony Hawk.
Okay. Tony Hawk Underground or Skate?
Skate all day.
Skate, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Oh, hell yeah.
New one's going to be coming out too. Well,
What is
maybe.
it? Skate 5? 4?
Yeah,
I don't
5.
know.
Is it 5?
4.
Last one I played was 3.
I think it is 4.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. 4.
I miss those games.
Let's go with 4.
They're so good.
I miss like when you were a kid, the challenge of video games.
Right.
Because you couldn't save your progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like for Mario though, you didn't have to save, you just had to know the secret passage.
Right.
But then it's all like, well,
That kind of kills it.
I'll just go to the end.
Well,
Right.
Just beat
back
the
when
end.
they had passwords.
Now you can,
Oh, yeah.
you can
to,
see
like,
all
start back up.
these YouTube videos of guys like beating Mario with like under 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and you're like, yeah, that kind of kills the fun out of it. I don't know. For me, I guess.
Well, I remember playing Final Fantasy VII without the memory card.
Oh God.
I would
You
make
brave soul.
I would make it all the way to the 3rd disc. I just wouldn't shut off my
Hell
PlayStation.
no.
Dude.
Crazy.
That's wild.
That would be like 6 hours gone per day.
Dude, I remember doing that. Like when I had a game, I'd rent it from Blockbuster, and then we'd play the shit out of it all night, and then we'd have to leave it on overnight because we can't turn it off. We'd get up, go to school, come back, find out like my mom turned it off or something.
Yes! I saw that your console was on, so since it was wasting electricity, I just decided to turn it off.
Yeah.
No!
And then she yells at me, "What the hell are you doing leaving this on?"
I'm trying to finish it.
Mom, you don't understand.
It's the worst. But then you get a memory card, and it's 128
blocks.
Megabits.
And you're like, oh my God, I'm never going to run out of room on this. Can you imagine like getting a phone, like 128 megabytes? I'd be like, this.
I can get a text message.
Yeah, I get one. Oh, there's one text message.
I run out of 30.
Phone's full.
I run out of 32 gigabytes on my phone. because of how many pictures I take. Luckily enough, it automatically shoots everything up to the cloud.
Sending all the nudes out.
Nah, I don't do nudes, man.
No, you should.
That's dangerous, dude.
Yeah,
that's dangerous.
That's dangerous. It's real dangerous. Maybe Chad does that.
Well, yeah, he throws them in the band group chat.
Yeah. Just making sure everyone's paying attention.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I went to Bill Burr last night.
Yeah, how was it?
Talking about nudes. His opener was Dean Del Rey, and he was talking about how he was trying to sell something on Craigslist because he's going on a bit like you shouldn't sell something for $3 on Craigslist because if you're going to sell for $3, just throw it away.
Sure.
Like you want someone to know where you live for $3. So he would put like you put something up for sale and he'd get emails like, is the item for sale? Like when he would just get that like email, is the item still for sale? He went looking for like dick pics. He said it took him like 9 pages to get like the perfect dick pic that he wanted.
Oh my god!
It was like a white old man sitting on a bench fishing, and he was all like, and this was before selfies, so his buddy had to be taking the picture.
Oh my god,
that's impressive.
So whenever he had people just ask him like, "Hey, is that item still for sale?" He send that back to him, and then he said one time. Someone responded within a minute, and he was like, I didn't know what to do. I've never got anyone to respond. I didn't know.
Oh, my God.
And he said he was afraid to open it. He said it took him, like, pretty much the whole day to open that. And when he opened it, all it said was, nice dick, bro. He was worried.
How polite.
How polite, yeah.
He was worried that he actually may have just ran into the person he's been sending the dick pic.
Can you imagine?
Like the old man himself?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So listen to me, buddy.
Hey, that's my dick.
I recognize that dick.
He remembers him. He's like, wait.
Bill?
You were the guy that took this picture.
But no, it was funny though. Like, Bill Burr was hilarious. I mean, he had like a set. But then I guess like he gives in like he listens to the crowd and what they want.
Yeah.
And some idiot asked about what are your thoughts on Donald Trump? And he's like, man, I don't care to talk about that.
Sure. Yeah.
And then someone else talked about something politics, and he was like, oh, y'all a politics crowd, huh? All right, well I guess I can change it up for that. And like me and the people I was with, we were like, no,
not politics.
Yeah.
Anything but that.
But yeah, I mean, it's just good, like how he adjusts to the crowd and everything. Like, still put on a great show. Sure. It's hilarious.
When you can do that, you're good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a craft, man.
But Joe Rogan for sure has a direct line to my funny bone, man.
Yeah.
He's just when I went up there to Austin, it's just nonstop laughing. Like, get done with one joke. Before he's even finishing the next one, I'm still laughing off my ass. It's like I had to like wipe tears off of my eyes just so I can see him still.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious too. I like watching all his stuff. He's got a good podcast.
Oh yeah, what other What other podcasts does y'all listen to?
That's really the only one I listen to.
Oh,
you don't listen to your mom's house or anything or Bill Burr's?
I've only been introduced to that Joe Rogan one.
Oh, dude, there's so many other
There's
great
tons,
ones.
Man.
Oh, I know.
I don't listen to a lot of comedy podcasts. I listen to mostly like wrestling podcasts because I'm just a nerd.
Oh, you're into that fake stuff?
Yeah, I guess if you call it that. I guess if you want to call it fake.
No, it's theater is what I mean.
Sure, it's a performance. Yeah. And
it's not the stunts aren't fake.
Yeah, sure, right. To me, there's so much like. To me, that's an art to it.
Yeah, it's very entertaining.
Yeah,
it's just
for sure.
not my type of
entertainment. No,
it's
fine. That's fine. No. But I'm like a huge defender of wrestling too, so I won't get into that. But
no, you can.
Yeah,
you can. I love it.
No, I won't. But so I listen to like a lot of wrestling podcasts, and I had a podcast of my own for a little while. Me, my wife, and my friend Josh did, and that was cool. But that kind of died out because of scheduling and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the hardest part with this
dude.
And then people canceling on you is horrible.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never forget one person just totally just ghosted me. It was just all like, hey man, you want to do my podcast? He was like, yeah, sure. And then when it came closer in time, I was like, hey dude, you still want want to be on for the podcast today? It's just nothing.
Ooh, yeah.
And then I was just like, really, man? Just
is that the one you had by yourself?
No. That one, the guy kind of got
just pieced out.
No, he told me what was going on. Just pretty much.
You don't got to get into it or anything.
Well, he kind of got booked, like arrested, but was just kind of just in the waiting.
Sure, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how long it's gonna take.
Yeah. I listened to your one with Clifton.
Oh yeah,
that one was cool, man.
Oh man, have you been to any of his stand-ups?
I haven't. But
you got to.
Yeah, he sounds like a cool dude, man. I would like to go definitely check him out.
Yeah, just hit him up, man. I mean, maybe he'll spot you like a spot in there.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah,
because they don't really. I mean, they make money off the tickets, but they really make the money off of drinks and everything that you have to buy, because like every other place you have to buy a 2 minimum item buy.
Gotcha. And then if he has like merch, he sells.
He don't do merch though.
No. Okay.
But Cliff,
I guess it's different with like a band or whatever. Then it's kind of
different audience.
Yeah. I went to a punk rock show at the Paper Tiger once, and they had like, it was like punk bands and comedy and like some comedians. So it was really cool. Like they would have one punk band play, and then in between their setup, like the next band setup, they had a comedian go up and just do some jokes for like 20 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever it was. And then the next band would play, and then they'd have another comic come up, and it was pretty cool, man. I was like, dude, punk rock and comedy, like that's such a cool connection.
There's been a lot of people saying like they've been having either a band open up or close for them when they do like their stand up.
Yeah,
because it changes up like the crowd's mood or the flow. Like it gets them more into like that right type of mood they want them in, that good feeling mood.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I think that was a pretty cool. It was a cool show, and like I wasn't expecting it. I was like, this is gonna be weird, man. Comics and music, like I just, in my mind I was like, this is gonna be kind of weird, but nah, man, I dug it, and those comedians were hilarious. I don't remember their names, of course, but they're awesome.
Well, yeah, I don't remember the ones I went to when Cliff was hosting last week. Like, I mean, I just remember like they were just funny.
Yeah.
And another thing, it has to be like the crowd has to be into that comment, what they're saying too.
Yeah, that has something to do with it.
I think like having that small group kind of like helps them adjust to what jokes they need to say, or like even last night Bill Burr was like trying to figure out, like he said like he was screwing with us, the audience, because he was like saying some Bible jokes, and so he was just trying to figure out like where in the Bible Belt country is he.
Right, he's testing his waters.
Yeah. He was all like, I'm just trying to fuck with you. I'm just trying to see where I'm at, what y'all like, what y'all don't like.
Yeah, where's the line with the crowd? Feeling them out. I get you. Yeah. I mean, it kind of goes the same way with us. Like we, if we're going to play like a cover song or something like that in our set, like we might have, like right now we only have like 2 that we've practiced or whatever, but I'm sure as we go on, we'll have like a list of covers that we'll pull out depending on the crowd. If we see the crowd is, a certain, certain audience, then we'll be like, okay, we'll play this song or we'll play that song. So yeah, man, Bill Burr, he's probably got it down to an art form where it's just like, I know my crowd, I know what they want to hear, I know what they don't want to hear. And
yeah, he's got a menu in his head.
Yeah, exactly. Because and as as a performer, like you kind of have to, like you have to have it like ready, because
you got to adjust.
You say the wrong thing, someone throws a beer at you or something crazy. You know what I mean?
No, you just get him kicked out.
Get him kicked out. Get that guy out of here. You know what I mean?
But y'all were saying y'all been just dishing out songs. Like how many songs y'all got written out or recorded?
Yeah. Well, we just finished up recording a single, with one of my friends that I work with, and so he recorded everything for us. He doesn't normally record bands. He's usually the guy that like you send your recordings to, and then he'll mix it for you and he'll master it for you. It's normally what he does, but I kind of brought him out of retirement to like actually record the drums, record the guitar, record the bass and everything, our vocals, And so he's mixing it probably, right now, since I don't know if he's off, but
that sounds awesome so far.
Yeah, it sounds really good, and we can't wait to put that track out, man. It's gonna be awesome, dude. So right now on our SoundCloud page, soundcloud.com/nothinglosttx, we have a couple garage demos that we recorded, and then like an acoustic version of the song that we're gonna have released later on. Just so people can kind of get familiar with our sound, what we sound like, and that way maybe if they come to the show, they kind of know some of the words, or something. It just, a good feel for us, which we want. But right now, within the last 2.5 months that we've been practicing, 3 months, we've already dished out maybe 5 or 6 songs that we've written.
And y'all just need to clean them up.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Sharpen the tips.
Pretty much, and then it's like always feels.
Sometimes we don't even gotta talk to each other.
Yeah.
He'll send a recording, and like he'll be singing one way and playing one way, and then he'll change the way he's playing and the way he's singing. And I'm like, yeah, I already know. You want you to do this, me to do this, you to do this, and I'll do this at the same time. And he's like, yep. And I'm like, I can hear it.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, it just happens.
Yeah.
With all the other people I've tried to write with over the last 6-7 years, it's like, I'll write it. I'll be like, all right, can you do this? I'll be like, yeah. All right, can you do this? Yeah. And they're like, you sure you want me to do that? I'm like, this is...
I'll fucking learn.
It's a struggle.
Like, come on, like I know how I've got it. I can do all of it myself.
Yeah, like it.
And then with him, I don't even gotta say it. It's like, dude, what if I did this? And then he'll be like, oh yeah, dude, that'll go perfect if I was like, it's like, dude, yes, that's exactly what I was getting at, and I didn't even have to tell you.
There was I think just recently he sent me and Edson a song, and he's like, I want to write a song like this, and like I literally texted him back, I was like, I'm on it. That night I just like wrote something just on guitar, and I just I sent it to him. He's like, nice, perfect. That's what I wanted.
So
yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping for.
So when y'all make like a request, or when y'all say y'all want to write a song a certain way, one of y'all writes it and then you send it around to the group.
It
and
depends. I'll usually, if I come up with a guitar part, if I'm at home and I'm just jamming by myself and I'm like, oh, this guitar part sounds really cool. This could be like a really cool verse or a really cool chorus. Then sometimes I won't even sing actual words on top of it. I'll just kind of like gibberish a melody or whatever.
Yeah, like blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah,
exactly. So I'll send it to him and be like, what do you think? And he's like, yeah, that's cool. And then I maybe not touch it until we practice again. And then on the spot, we might come up with the verses or something else. And he might be like, well, what if we played a verse like this? And I'm like, okay, cool. And then he's on that, can go into the chorus that you wrote, blah, blah, blah. So we kind of just feed off of each other and like kind of build like that. Like one of our newest songs called Trade It All, he wrote I wrote the chorus, like the lyrics to the chorus, and he wrote the verses. We just sat in his garage and he was just, what if we did this, right, this lyric. Or this
on a notepad on the phone.
Yeah, on the phone, boom. And then I was like, okay, let me try and sing it. We tried singing it, and then it just kind of like, me and him mesh really well together when like songwriting and stuff like that. And then with Edson, he catches on really well. Like, we may have not have known him as long as we've known each other, but he catches on really well. And if we say, like on this part, do this, he knows exactly, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. And then he'll do it, you know what I mean? And so it's really cool, like, just to have that connection, you know what I mean?
And Edson, he actually contributed a lot too.
For sure.
Because, he loves to be like, well, what if we try this? And it's like, sometimes we don't really understand what he's trying to show us yet. And we'll just be like, let's just do it. Yeah. Let's hear it. Let's see what it sounds like.
Yeah, until you see the final, his presentation, what he wants to do.
Yeah, that's how most of it ends up. It's like, dude, that was badass. Let's keep doing that.
Yep, exactly. We just wrote a new song our last practice, and I was like, man, I wish we could write one more song for the show. And they're like, and Chad was like, well, let's do it.
Let's do it right now.
And I was like, okay, I have this one in the bag, and I kind of just played it for everybody. Edson was just kind of messing around on the drums, like trying to figure out the rhythm, and then not even 10 minutes later, the whole song was done. Like, we were like, okay.
We can shit that out on stage, no problem.
Yeah. And it was just perfect. Like, I was like, yes. I was like, pointing at Edson. I was like, exactly. Do that exactly right there. What you did. He's like, okay, done.
See, I admire that determination when you already had the thought and you're all like, well, why don't we just do it right now?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how I got started with the podcast. Like, yeah, I wanted to research a little bit, get the right equipment and all that.
Sure.
But did I know anything about video or audio quality? Nope. I just read like, oh, this is a decent equipment. This is a decent camera. Like, no, I didn't find out until like a couple episodes. I'm like, man, why does the video look so grainy? I'm like,
right, yeah.
And why is the audio? What is all this background noise? why can't I figure this out? Like, it's just, I thought it was just, I'm going through the software program manual, I'm going through the hardware manual, and then I'm just like, I bet you YouTube has answers.
Absolutely.
There's a 10-year-old teaching how to do it.
Actually, it's this one British guy over there. I mean, I think he's in Britain. I know for sure his accent is British, but man, just he went in great detail for OBS. Like,
oh wow.
I mean, because I use OBS for this,
right?
And I listened to other guys, and like they just weren't like clicking like in my head for me. Like I couldn't grasp like what they were talking about. Right. But this guy was just all like step by step, showing you what you needed to do if you're having this problem.
That's
you
cool,
need to go over here. Like I was just like, oh, awesome, finally. And then also on top of that, like right next to it in the thing was all like having problems with your video quality. I was like,
yes, yeah. I am.
Like, yep. Are you watching me?
No, well, kid. YouTube's crazy like that, man. Yeah, like, man. It's crazy how YouTube. I mean, I remember I had my buddy Anthony when Anthony was on here.
Yeah.
He was playing a jazz song because I was trying to fix something with the equipment. Something happened with the stream, and when we came back online, YouTube was after like I got done posting it and everything. YouTube was like, there's like 2 minutes of this live jazz from such and such singer. Like,
oh, it knew it.
Yes.
Busted.
Yeah.
You don't own the rights to this.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. But like the whoever had the rights to it allowed it to like be played because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to put the video. But I took it out anyways just because I was just like, well, it's not really missing anything and.
Sure.
Excuse me.
No,
I don't want anybody to have like rights to my video. Like that's my video, so I'll edit it out so that way there's no problems, no complaints.
Right. No, that makes sense.
It sucks though because
they caught you just like that though.
Yeah, within like, I mean, as it was processing after the live stream, it was just all like, oh, you got some content in here that isn't yours, so we're gonna mark it and take it down if the person who has the rights to it doesn't want it.
That's some serious monitoring right there.
No kidding, dude.
Dude, it's just those algorithm programs that they have, like, they can just catch on.
Just catch anything.
Yeah, all they need. I mean, if you play something less than 30 seconds, I'm pretty sure it won't.
Maybe not,
Yeah, because it's 30 seconds.
Sure.
But yeah, I know, like, they're always talking about that on other podcasts, especially if they do it over YouTube. Because, I mean, yeah, what other media source would you want to use? I mean, it depends on what you're trying to put out. If you're doing like live gaming, there's Twitch.
Sure.
Which I thought about doing, but I'm like, man, I don't think anyone want to watch my boring ass Civ game. I mean, it takes a long time to build up into that Civ game, but when you get to like the end and you're just dominating people.
You know, on PC.
All right. The people I play against, they're pretty good, especially my buddy Cam. He's amazing. Always beats me. Like, it'll take me like, he'll beat me 10 times and I'll beat him once, but that one time I beat him is way sweeter because
it makes up for all those.
Yes, because you just see how annoyed the other person's getting. Like, why am I
live for those moments.
It's the Rocky story, man. It's like no matter how many times you get knocked down, you just get back up, right?
Yeah, and like you learn more and more every time you lose. So I'm like, you just gotta get better. You just keep learning.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's the way I approached life. Is just you just gotta keep learning. Never stop learning anything you do.
That's why we're still doing this.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. And like all of our songs, they're all positive. You know, like they're all about like.
What? You're positive, Chad?
Yeah, man.
Positive.
Yeah.
Since when?
Positive.
Since when?
Since we started doing this.
Since we started,
No, like sad, negative.
I mean, we have one song that's kind of, I guess, a sad song, and it's just really about, you know, losing someone, like losing a friend or like them dying or things like that.
That's not really sad.
You know, it's not really sad.
It's
just
remembering.
It's life.
It's remembering.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
an homage.
Yeah, just kind of like, hey, you know what? This happens in life. Pick yourself up and just keep moving. You know, whatever.
Yeah, it's always a good message, though.
Yeah, for sure.
It's never meant to bring you down.
Yeah, exactly. We've kind of.
Is any music meant to bring you down?
Oh yeah.
Like who?
Radiohead.
What? What about Slipknot? Slipknot bring you down? I feel like Slipknot will get you going.
There's a lot of energy in there.
Yeah.
It brings me down in a way that like
Sarah McLachlan.
Okay.
Sarah McLachlan. Yeah, I can't watch like those dog commercials. It just make me depressed. They just ruin my whole day. You know what I mean? As soon as it comes up, I'm like, nope, not watching that.
Not today, Satan.
I'm just all like, nope, money scam.
Not today, Miss McLachlan.
What goes on through my head, like, I'm like, I don't feel sorry. I'm just like, nope, these are people just trying to steal my money.
Right,
like, it's just a scam because, like, I've read so much on the internet about, like, how it's just money laundering that they're doing. They're just taking your money.
Yeah, man.
And that dollar, let's say it's $1. Usually it's more than that.
Sure.
But like 10%, 10 to 15% of that dollar only goes to, like, actually helping out the child.
Right,
the rest of it goes to, like, administration or
that company.
Packaging. To help with logistics. And I'm like, I want a more direct.
To sit in the car with it.
Well, we could always take a flight to that country and just be like, here's some money.
Yeah,
see you later.
Feed the dogs.
Or
just feed the dogs. Give me the address of the dogs. I'll go pick them up. You know, I'll bring them home. I'll shelter them. And
I'll pay what I'm supposed to pay.
Yeah.
Well, like, I've been feeling like this urge to, like, buy these kids at this at my friend's apartment complex because like I felt the urge, like, I want to buy them, like, a basketball court because they've literally, like, marked out, like, a basketball court, a half basketball court in the parking lot, and they're using either a HB basket cart as the hoop, or they'll sometimes have this little mini basketball thing. I'm like,
dude,
I'm like wondering how much, like,
do it, man.
Just go to Walmart, just buy a cheap one.
Yeah,
that's crazy,
dude.
I've got a story very close to this.
All right, I can tell.
I used to work at Dick's Sporting Goods, and then the same situation. I'd be driving home every day, and this kid's outside shooting hoops, but he's got a hole on the left side of his backboard, and the right side's gone. So he's only got like 3/4 of that square left right in the middle, and that was his backboard.
Poor dude.
And then, but he was out there every day giving it his all, and I was like, all right. And he'd wave and get out of the way every time, I was pulling in. He'd get out of my way, and it was a good 4 months. I'd see him every day, and then finally, my work was tossing out this big Gorilla Glass backboard and rim. It was expensive, and they were like, "Can you throw this in the dumpster?" I was like, "No." I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "It's cracked." I was like, "Can I just throw it in my truck?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." We didn't see anything. I was like, hell yeah! It's all it is like one little crack in the corner. Sorry, you couldn't hear me say that. One little crack in the corner. But they let me take that thing home, and I pulled up right to that kid's house, and I was like, hey, man. I was like, are your parents here? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I'm going to drop this off here. Go get your parents real quick. And I was like, I don't want them to think, I'm trying to take you or nothing weird. And they came out, and I was like, hey, I see your boy out here playing every day. I was like, if y'all want, y'all can have this. All you gotta do is install it onto the same pole. And they were like, no way! Like, started crying and shit. And I was like, yeah, it's like, it was free to me, but I see you.
That's what I'm thinking, like, but it's like a parking lot. I don't know if, like, one of them's willing, like, to take you down every day and then put it in their own apartment. Yeah. Like, it's just things like that. But I'm like, fuck it, just do it.
If you can do something for somebody, do it.
I mean, right? Why not? I put $25 in for a kids cancer or something like that. Hey, man. So.
Yeah. I like to do stuff like that.
For sure, man.
Good time, feel good. Even if I can't see the end result.
Yeah.
I like to at least, imagine.
Sure.
I made somebody super happy.
Yeah. It's good, man.
What was that noise?
I heard a good pop, yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Scared me.
Check. Just make sure everything check. Yeah, everything's still good. Did y'all pop something over there between y'all two or something?
Pop them.
hey, y'all did ask if the camera does record anything under the table, so I don't know. Y'all probably did pop something over there.
You see the whole table?
Just It just falls over.
Ooh, no.
No, we wouldn't want that. We want that. Then we owe you a lot of money. Then our next show would be a benefit show
Right.
to raise money for this podcast to get you new equipment.
You're fortunate. I budgeted. I went cheap but good quality because
you got it. Nice equipment.
Yeah, that's
that actually
Behringer.
the one the one I was looking at was like $250 mixer. And then I was reading the reviews and something about the company sold out to a company in China and the quality went down, and then I saw in the other recommended that was like $100 cheaper. I was just like, well, I'll go with that.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah.
So I bought it before.
Yeah, Behringer makes some pretty cool stuff, man. I have a Behringer mixer at home, and it hasn't given me any problems. So.
Oh yeah. Well, I've seen it on a couple other podcasts as that brand too. So I'm just like, well, can't be going wrong if everyone else is using it. So
if it ain't broke.
Yeah. And if it is broke, send it to him.
Yeah, I'll fix it.
He's a master of fixing stuff, dude.
I know you're the mechanic, right?
Yeah. Not no more.
No? What happened there?
It was very what's a nice way to put
bittersweet?
this? No.
Bitter?
I just felt like it was very unethical where I was.
Why?
Just ripping people off left and right. It was bad.
The owner or you?
The whole company. All of them. All of the car dealerships.
You know how we're talking about like giving back?
Yeah.
Think about like taking away.
Well, I mean, if you go to a car dealership, that's all they want. They just want to take the cash.
Exactly. Be like you going up to those kids and like taking their shopping cart away and be like, no,
this belongs to HEB.
This is
okay,
HEB property.
Yeah. Like I learned my skills to save me money now, but as far as like working for other people, like, I'll give people prices for me to do it on the side, and they're blown away. I'm like, I still feel like I'm ripping you off. I'm serious. I'm like, I know I'm saving a lot of money from what they would have charged you, but I still feel like I'm ripping you off.
Right now, I'm trying to rebuild my 1992 Mitsubishi Eclipse engine. At first, like, we were just going to change out the head, me and my dad, and I started taking off the head, and once I got the head off, we took off the water pump, and I was like, Dad, I thought you drained all the water out of this engine when we put it in the backyard like 5 years ago. So when I took off the water pump was just corroded with rust. Yes.
Oh, man.
The inside was all rusted, but fortunately enough, like my dad had the urge to go to the pick and pull the weekend before, and we got this 1990 Galant engine out, which is the same block, uses the same components and everything.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, well, let's check the other block we just got. Damn thing looks brand new. Damn thing looks brand new on the inside. There's no rust. It has like some type of special coating that prevents rust on the inside. It looks like brand new. Everything. I mean, it's just taking a while getting clean. Like we're changing out some of the bearings that hold in the crank over there. And today Friday I was waiting on those bearing parts to come in. Ordered off of eBay thinking it was one brand, and then they sent me a different brand, and my dad was like, I don't want to use that. I was like, well, I don't want to use it either. I want my money back.
Yeah.
So it's just things like that just slow you down. Otherwise, if we had all the parts and everything,
it's always something.
Yeah, it'd be like a 2-weekend job, but instead of a 2-weekend job, it turns into like a 2-month job just because you're waiting for parts and waiting to get all that things in. I mean,
but it'll be that much more satisfying when it's done. Yeah, you'd be like,
but I don't do that for my 9 to 5 no more.
What's your 9 to 5 now?
Now I do fencing and welding.
Oh yeah.
And security, setting up security systems.
For on your own or with the company?
For a company.
Oh, okay. I was talking to some people earlier about first jobs and how like some people bash about their first jobs, and I'm always like, my first job was fucking awesome. What was your first job?
Skateland West.
Hey.
Oh wow, Skateland West.
Shout out to Skateland West.
The shit, man.
I remember going there all the time for Peace Middle School.
Yeah.
Like, always had the...
Peace Middle School, we used to always go to those
Yeah,
things,
because
man.
Peace would be all like, oh, we get $5 off or something.
With your report card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, that was
the spot, man.
That was
Middle
the place
school
to be, yeah.
That's the spot, dude.
Well, it's the only spot your parents would probably let you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
Without having to ask other parents or like, do I know your friend's parents? I'm like, well, no. Can I talk to them? Oh, I guess maybe.
You can try.
I mean, I don't even know their parents.
So you're going to Skateland West. Oh, okay, I'll drop you off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
here's two bus tickets. Have fun. What?
Yeah, now I think about it, I'm all like, oh, they just want to drop me off somewhere where there'll be other people responsible for me in case I die.
Yeah, back when Rocky J's was kind of like that too.
Oh yeah,
Rocky J's was.
I forgot about that place.
Dude.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, they ain't there no more, but yeah.
Skateland West still doing good.
Yeah,
They're still there. They're still there.
They're still
I mean, I
doing
don't
their
see
thing.
any cars there.
I don't know if they're doing well.
They
Well, they're
actually
still
just
getting
had
dropping off
recently-
kids. So
They had the San Antonio Rampage over there doing an event.
Really?
Not too long ago, yeah.
Oh,
Dang,
wow.
that's badass.
I still have to try and keep in touch with them.
Same owner.
They treated me well, yeah.
Yeah.
They treated me well.
What about you, Ryan? What was your first job?
I'm still at my first job.
Making music, playing music.
No, man. I work at Fiesta, Texas.
Oh, doing what?
Right now, I'm doing technician work. So like I
Okay.
do a lot of scenic stuff.
Mhm.
Like we build stages, we paint, any sets.
Yeah, like tech
props.
theater.
Yeah, tech theater stuff.
Okay.
Before that, when I first went into that department though.
Did you happen to take tech theater at John Jay?
No, I took theater, like regular theater. John
Okay,
Jay
okay.
with Miss Hart. Hey.
Oh
I
no! Do you
one.
remember that guy for tech theater? The guy that was in charge of the tech theater. He had kind of a flamboyant
Was it
voice.
And I think he Mr. De Hoyos? Because I don't know if he moved. I know he moved to Stevens.
Nah, senior year. It was
Senior. I don't know.
It was
'Cause
2006.
I was there. I was at Jay for my first 2 years, and then
Okay.
when John Paul Stevens opened, I went to
Trader.
I traded. Well, all my buddies went there.
Oh, okay. No,
So
it's
they
cool,
all
dude.
they all were like,
It's
"We're all
cool.
going to Stevens," and I was like, "Okay, I'll go over there." And then as soon as I got there, and as soon as classes started, I was like, "I fucking hate this place. I want to go back to Jay so bad."
And we were at home chilling.
Yeah, and I was like, "Dude, I should have gone back."
Graduated.
And then I tried to go back, and they were like, "No, you can't.
You made a
pretty much-
conscious decision.
You pretty much signed in blood that you would stay here." And then they said, "Here are your options. You can go to Holmes." I was like,
Ooh.
"No, no," or you can go to Warren. And I'm like, "No, that's not."
What's wrong with
I
Warren?
was like, "That doesn't say John Jay, so I'm not going."
Doesn't have the J.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I stayed. And I'm glad I did because all my friends were there. I got to graduate with my friends and stuff, so that was cool. But yeah, man, Fiesta, Texas. I got that first job when I was 16, and I started off as a Looney Tune in the entertainment department.
Was it hot in there?
Yeah.
In that costume?
Oh yeah. But it's fun. Like it's super fun. It's hot, but it's fun, man. I did costume character work for 3 years. Then I started performing there. Like I started singing and dancing there, like live performing, not in a costume. And from there I did some stage managing, and now I'm doing technical stuff, and I'm hoping to move up a little bit now, but we'll see what goes on.
Hey, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, man. Just it's crazy to think I've been there since like
Yeah, that's
06.
his first job, man.
Yeah, I've been there since 2006. I've had other jobs along the way. Don't get me wrong. Like I've worked retail. I've worked other shit. I worked at a call center for a year and a half. That sucked the life out of my soul. Like I'll never do call center ever again. Ever.
I don't think I've ever passed any of their exams to
Really?
let me into a call center because I just don't have that
You're like,
mentally
I hate
capacity. Yes.
Do you hate people? Well, yeah. No, sorry. Oh, wait. I was just being honest.
No, you don't want me to be the truthful on this.
Right.
No, they want you to be like
But
completely a different person.
it's not that I don't hate people.
Sure.
I just don't like large crowds.
Sure,
And then I don't want to be having to talk to someone over the phone.
Right.
Over something I'm doing something for a company. Like,
Right.
I find that, especially just calling random people
Sure.
sometimes, is
Yeah.
like, I find that rude and
Yeah.
intrusive. But that's just me.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
But my first job, I was a lifeguard at SeaWorld.
Hey.
Yeah.
I remember
The
those
enemy.
days.
Yeah,
The
your enemy.
The enemy park now.
Yeah,
I like SeaWorld. They're cool.
Our water park's free, yeah.
Our water park's free.
Yeah, I know. That's what y'all say.
Yeah, our water park's free. They charge.
It's a separate theme park, is what they say.
Aquatica.
But I only worked Aquatica in the first year.
Yeah.
Like, I worked there from 2005 to 2012. But I went from like lifeguarding there to assistant supervisor lifeguard to like maintenance on the maintenance side. I worked that for like 2 years. I came back as a supervisor.
Sweet.
And now I'm asshole.
And then like 2012, like I was so bitter about 2012 because like when they made like a change to the leadership, they like got rid of the supervisor level.
Yeah.
And they just made everyone assistant supervisors, but they gave all the assistants a pay raise.
Whoa.
And gave me a cut in pay.
No, they did.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, they did. And they were all like, "Oh, it's because y'all all share the same responsibilities." But then, like, my managers were still treating me like a supervisor. I'm like, "Look, you're gonna have to talk to them too. Like, I'm not doing all this by myself."
That sucks, man.
Fuck all that.
Yeah.
And so, like, that last year, it was just like, I was just having fun. Like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm graduating in a year. I don't care. I'll get my degree.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just, like, I mean, I enjoyed that first job very much. I mean, did a lot of crazy. I mean, I'm sure you heard stories at Fiesta, Texas.
Yeah.
But I'll admit, like, some of the stories.
Theme
Like,
parks are wild, man.
Theme park life.
Mm-hmm.
well, I've gone down on, I've gone, like, some of the tube slides that you're supposed to ride down the tube.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've just gone down just with my body.
Yeah.
Like, especially the big slides.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when we were first testing out for them, the engineers, because they when you first build a ride, like, the engineers come out and they want to see how it tests, and they were all like, well, we want to see what happens when someone falls out. I'm like, I'll go down without a tube.
Right away. If I die, I die.
So, I mean, I knew.
Sure.
Because they design it that way. Like, if you know how to properly ride a slide.
Yeah. Good thing you weren't working at Schlitterbahn, because you would have probably died.
Probably.
Died. Yeah.
Probably. And, but, I still hold, as far as my knowledge, well, no one ever beat me on the body slide. I was always the quickest, always the fastest, no matter how tall, how heavy the other person. I just had a special...
was like a pose you hit on the slide?
A special technique. Like, you try to get as little surface areas touching the slide, so that way you're just zipping down the slide. Was it just like shoulder blades
and heels?
Shoulder blades and heels. That was it. And I just fly down, and I'm like waiting down there for the other person, and they're like, "Did I win? And I'm like standing outside the slide. I'm like,
"What's up?"
But yeah,
you seen that video of that dude
that second place
comes down the slide and skids across the top, ends up on his feet at the end of the pool?
Oh no, I got a better one. So when I first started working there back in 2005, our supervisor showed us a safety video about why we shouldn't do tube trains on the slides, the water slides, because there's this water park in Dallas where the lifeguards did like a 30-person train and it collapsed.
Oh.
And we were all like, well, we'll just do 5 people. 8 people. should be fine. The very next day after watching that the night before, and then as we're coming down, our supervisor just is like waiting down. He's like, guys, are you serious right now? I just showed you a video about this.
Oh my god. Yeah.
No.
I'd have been the same way.
No write-up, no safety write-ups, no nothing, just come on, guys. Don't do this anymore.
Golly.
But we, like, throughout the years, like, I've done stuff and seen stuff, like, we would get guard tubes, and we would just wrap the guard tubes, like, make them into a raft, and then we'd ride them down the slide. Like, this is back in 2006, 2007. Man, we did some crazy shit sometimes.
That's crazy, dude.
And, like, everything you wish you could do on those water slides, we did.
Yeah.
And, like, I just, like, man, I don't know how people find their first jobs boring. I think you just picked the wrong job.
Right. Yeah. It just depends. Yeah.
Like McDonald's, that's probably a horrible first job.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
And I hear horrible stories about Bill Millers. I mean, yeah, they pay you good money, but
they make you work though.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Maybe
when I was at Six Flags also, we used to chill. Like I did the fireworks for the laser show.
Oh yeah.
And then we'd spend the day setting it all up, wiring everything in, getting it ready to go, and then we'd have to wait till nightfall to do the show. And then while we're waiting, we're up on the top of the cliff behind the Superman and all that, and then up there is the beginning of the waterfall for the goalie washer. And so we'll just take a dip up there, and we're hanging out in the waterfall, and it's like, man, nobody sees us, nobody knows we're up there, and you can sit up there with binoculars and just watch people, and it's just, man, it is the park life, you know what I mean? Like,
the park
you
life.
can't beat it. That's theme park life.
Yeah,
it was
for sure.
so different.
For sure.
Oh, and then when I was on the maintenance side, there was this cool old man. Actually, there was two cool old men. Like one, like showed me the ropes when I first got in over there. Like his name was Roman. A very cool old man. Always wore like a straw hat. Like that was before like they cracked down on like being like, oh, you just got to be a SeaWorld hat and all that. But it was a SeaWorld hat. It was a SeaWorld straw hat. But he would wear it, and like he was just he was a romantic. He was like a hard ass when like you come at him, but the rest of the time he was just a chill romantic. And like anytime like walk by lifeguards, be like, honey, you need some water? I'll get you some water. Like you just get like the whole entire lifeguard just water at one pool or something. Bring them ice cup, and then they start complaining like, lifeguards shouldn't be chewing ice on stand. Where are they getting this ice?
Man.
And,
Fuck, man.
and then there was this other old man, Dean. Dean had the perfect slogan. He's all like, the best hiding site here is in plain sight. He'd be just walking around in the park, and people just ask him like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm over here at this restaurant fixing this up. And like they just believe because
okay.
Because he's out in the park?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I used to do sometimes when like I wanted a break on like a busy day.
Go for a walk.
Well, I just go up to like one of the slides, like the top of the tower, because that's what we called like where we launch people off from the top, which is called the top of the tower. And I would just be up there most of the time just chilling. And whenever they just call, they're all like, what's your 20? Oh, I'm at the top of Sky. They're like, 10-4, I'll meet up with you later. I'm like,
Nice.
That's what's up.
because sometimes like they try to call you to see where you're at, just to see if you're out of location, because sometimes they're walking the area, like your supervisors are walking the area and they can't find you, and then once they see like, oh, you're up there, I don't want to walk those stairs.
Yeah. Of course not.
Because it'll be stairs and then it'll be crowds of people.
Yeah.
And then the only one thing I did hate about that job was when we were super busy, getting life jackets from all the other bins to the main bins at the main staircase, would be going through those crowds of people. And it's just so hard to describe because it's so, in my mind, it's just so disgusting. When you're carrying these life jackets, you carry them like this, and when people walk by you in those, like, it's just, you're walking through that crowd, and then occasionally you'll get a gross motherfucker just come up and just wipe their sweat on you, and you just feel
nice
that
slimy.
Yes, it's the most disgusting feeling every time. It was the worst feeling. It just makes you fringe as soon as like they just pass you, like, oh,
gross.
Makes you want to go jump. Makes you want to go jump in the water, but then you realize it's after like 3:00 and the pools are all crowded, and so you're just jumping into slime, so it doesn't really matter.
I can taste it.
Oh man, I can't believe we got so off topic.
Yeah. That's good though.
Yeah.
Catching up.
What else you been up to? I mean,
nothing really. Just
playing music.
Trying to be young still. Yeah, I play music while I still can.
Wait, are you at 30 or are you at the brink of 30?
I'm about to hit 30.
When is it?
In June.
Woo. In June, I'll be halfway to 31.
I don't want to think about it.
How's your body feel? Body still feels good?
Yeah, I feel fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
Sometimes.
that changed when you're 30.
Yeah. Now that I think about it.
Because sometimes I get like pain in my like hip and knee out of nowhere. I'm just like,
my lower back can't take as much beating as it used to, like bending over and picking things up all day long.
Working on cars have done that to you?
Yeah, definitely. I can feel getting old every once in a while, but I don't want to. I'm trying to just think young and stay young.
Is that working pretty good?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty fun.
That's why I wear these t-shirts sometimes. It just makes me feel like a kid. Like today, like went to a friend's. They invited me to their Easter with their family and whatnot. And I was just thinking, it's just like going to their house. Just regular clothes, and like everyone else is pretty much like
dressed up,
casually, casually dressed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man.
And I was just like, whatever. This is me.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I don't like tight fitting clothes. Only if I'm going to like a formal event.
Only if I'm winning an award.
If I'm winning an award and it's for something I've done, it's got to represent me. So I'm just gonna go out there. Just going like this: jeans, tennies. Maybe a hat, if I feel like wearing a hat. It all depends.
I always have a hat. That's a weird thing.
You do.
I can't not wear a hat.
Why?
I don't know. I really don't. It's just a weird habit now.
You got a little hairline going back there or something?
I might. I have a little LeBron James, actually.
I haven't seen you without a hat in God knows how long. I don't know, man. Forever.
Since Edson cut my hair.
Yeah, maybe.
And even that felt weird.
And
like I walked out of his shop and put a hat on.
Wow, was that bad?
No,
bad haircut or
no? It was a wonderful haircut, man.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, our drummer's he's a barber as well.
Oh, okay.
Dude, he's
like here in San Antonio too, or
yeah.
Where at?
At Intrigue on Bandera.
Intrigue.
Yeah, go see Edson. He's the man.
How is he with curly hair? Any good?
I'm sure.
How's curly hair with Edson? That's what I should be asking.
I don't know.
No, he's good.
Curly hair is a pain in the ass for most barbers and stylists.
He showed me a lot of pictures of the cuts and styles he's done.
They probably look at my hair and be all like, "That's shit."
I don't know.
I don't know what I can do with this.
I get one haircut a year, tops. And then I walked in there and I was like, "You think you can handle this mop?" It was wild. And he was like, "Just shut up and sit down." And I was like, "All right."
Dude, I remember like when I had my fro when I was younger, just putting clippers, like buzz clippers to my hair, it would jam.
Start smoking it.
Yeah, it would jam that. Like that's how thick my fro was when I was younger. I was just all like, now it just goes. I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Getting old. Another sign of getting old.
This sucks getting old, man.
Hey, you can't stay young forever unless you've got stem cell shots all the time.
I'm figuring out how to do it. I will.
You're as young as you feel, man.
That's why you're writing music. So hopefully you'll hit it big,
and
then you can just take stem cell shots all the time.
We've got a song called what? 44 going on 22.
It changes.
We change the numbers all the time.
Yeah,
but it's about trying not to get old.
45 going on 16.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just whatever.
I think as long as you just keep doing things, you don't feel like you're getting old.
Sure.
Exactly.
Because that's the main thing. It's just like I see old people when they retire, all they want to do is just sit around the house.
Right.
And that's not something I want to do. I'd rather die doing something I love doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
exactly.
if I go mountain biking, I fall off into a ravine. Like, whoa,
well,
Greg died falling off into a ravine.
He had fun,
but it was badass.
Yeah.
And he enjoyed it.
I'm sure he enjoyed falling off.
He enjoyed dying.
Yeah, man.
I never thought I'd be back doing this again.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Just thought once the last band stopped, and I was like, that's probably it. It's like, it's probably the last time I'm going to jam. It's like, it's probably going to be that boring adult life from here on out.
Mm.
That was it. That was my last run.
See, and that's what
and
I thought.
It settled, and I thought, never again. And then it started eating me alive. I hit up Brian. Come on, dude, let's do it one more time.
Down.
Dude, for me, like that feeling, I used to get that all the time when I first started this, like when I had episode 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And just getting people on. I was like, man, people don't want to come on. Like, this sucks. Like, like I'm trying to convince them. It's just like, it's nothing. Just come on and talk. And like, it's so distraught and so heartbroken that no one would come on. And then I just dug deeper. And I'm just, all right, next person. I just start going
Keep
through.
on rolling.
Yeah. And then when I was here like a couple weeks ago, I was here by myself. I was waiting for this other guy to show up, and then he had some things that happened. Life happens, whatever.
Sure.
And I was like, fuck it. I'm going to throw just whatever comes to mind, just 14, 15 minutes. Nothing major. But at least it's something on there. Something. I did something. So maybe I'll do more of those in the future. I don't know. I find it real weird talking about myself. To myself.
Like yourself.
Yeah. And
you're like, hey, everybody. It's me.
Yeah, it's me. Me.
It's you.
You just have a mirror.
Man, one day I'll be able to talk to holograms.
Yeah, dude.
Or
shit, yeah.
We'll book our holograms to show up, and then we can still go about our lives while our holograms are doing the podcast.
Right, you can do two things at once.
Yeah. Or if you have $10,000, you can get one of those sex robots. Maybe get a sex robot, and they just come here in your place.
Just paper, tape up.
Yeah, there you go.
Still with the big.
Yeah, same size boobs as me. About the same size.
Just put this Rampage shirt on over it. It's Ryan.
Perfect.
Wow, Ryan, you look so shocked.
Well, we hope to keep doing music, man.
No,
I just
forever.
And I hope, just don't stop, I mean, we all just won't stop, right?
Yeah, like, just don't stop. That's the main thing, is just pushing through. Even when shit hits the fan, you just gotta...
Yep.
I mean, I couldn't find my third cable for my mic.
We made it work.
Yeah.
We made it work, man. That's pretty much what it's all about. Making it work with what you got and just keep going, keep pushing through.
Makes you happy.
We're just stoked to be playing music again, and we can't wait for our show.
And that's April 6th, right?
At Jackrabbit.
Jackrabbit.
April 6th, Jackrabbit. I think the
show is the prices?
Completely free.
Free.
There's no cover, all ages. There's going to be food and drink specials. There's going to be like a catering guy out there serving food and stuff. I mean, it's going to be a pretty big event.
You hear that, San Antonio? A free event with food.
Yeah.
The food isn't free, but...
Yeah, the food's not free, I don't think. But it's free to get in.
But it will be available.
Yeah, available. I mean, what you don't spend on the cover, you can spend on food, obviously, And it's supposed to be a fiesta, like a fiesta kickoff. So
yeah, the fiesta kickoff, first Friday.
Yeah, first Friday. And then that's also a sidebar for me, WrestleMania weekend. So if you're a wrestling fan like me and you want to celebrate kickoff WrestleMania weekend.
How's that going? Who's like leading it right now in WrestleMania?
I mean, like the main event?
I don't know how it works.
Who's WrestleMania?
Well, there's like 15 matches on the card right now, so I don't know. John Cena is going to fight Undertaker potentially. Brock Lesnar is going to fight this dude Roman Reigns.
Brock Lesnar's in that?
Oh yeah, he's the champ.
Oh shit,
he's been the champ for like over a year now, maybe. Yeah, he's just kicking everybody's ass, just destroying everybody.
What about Ronda?
He like pretty much knocked some dude out the other day.
She's supposed to make a debut, right?
Yeah, she's gonna be wrestling. Her and Kurt Angle are gonna.
She's fighting a guy.
No, her and Kurt Angle are teaming up, and they're gonna fight Triple H. They're gonna fight Triple H and his wife, Stephanie McMahon. So.
Okay. Oh, Triple H is doing that?
Yeah, dude, he's a boss, man. Yeah, he's pretty much the boss. I mean, McMahon is still the chairman, but Triple H is like. He's like the
right hand.
He's like the COO, I guess. So he's like
in
charge of operations daily.
I remember Triple H back in middle school. Man.
He's still jacked, dude. He's still so jacked.
Steroids.
Maybe steroids from back then. He's not allowed to now, but they're not allowed to. I mean, people have been getting fired for that shit. So.
Really? They don't do steroids?
Oh no!
I thought that was.
You can't. Ever since I think it turned around like in the mid '90s, where like they couldn't do it anymore. They would take enhancements and things like that, but they cracked down on it and they started just canning people. If you were on the juice, you're done. You're out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and now it's like it's cracked down so much that they're now just they're an international company now, so they have more eyes on them and more restrictions and things like that. So guys like come in and they show up dirty that they're on steroids, they don't even get a job. They're not even considered.
Shit.
You're smoking weed or doing coke or anything like that, you're gone. Like it's crazy, dude. And back then, it's like Macho Man was probably hitting lines before going out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no kidding. You know what I mean? All these guys in the '80s were so jacked because of all their, they're all on the juice and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's just like they're big because they're big and they work hard and they're athletes. You know what I mean? They're super crazy talented. So
well, it's just crazy. Like when even like some professional athletes, when like you get closer, and you're like, yeah, that's why you play that sport,
right? Exactly, yeah. But I mean, I don't just watch WWE. I watch Japanese wrestling too. I watch New Japan Pro Wrestling.
What is that?
It's wrestling, but it's in Japan.
It's not that weird wrestling where like WWE. They're doing like magical force powers, right?
No, I don't even know. I don't know.
That's where they like grab him by the nuts,
and then they
flipping around.
Oh, that's Joey Ryan. He's badass. But yeah, Japanese wrestling is so fast paced. Like they're so fast and their moves are just like out of this world. They actually just had their big pay per view, which is their WrestleMania. It's called Wrestle Kingdom. And they have it every January, and it's if you ever get a chance, YouTube, Wrestle Kingdom, Kenny Omega, and
I'm just afraid
you'll be like,
I'm afraid I might like it, and I'll get trapped in that rabbit
You might, dude.
Like
You might. You're like,
so
I don't want to like this.
I just don't want to like it.
Yeah. If you don't want to like it, then yeah.
Because
I'm all about converting like people who are non-wrestling fans, and then like.
Well, I like
watch this match, and then they watch and they're like, "Dude, that was so sick! I love this." I was like, "Here's some more, and let me just feed more matches that are badass."
See, I like wrestling. Yeah. I like when like it's actually like mixed martial arts with wrestling, like jujitsu or taekwondo and all that. Like mixing, that's why I like UFC.
Right.
Like, there's some fighters that have certain martial arts in their background, and then the other fighter will have like a completely different background.
Sure.
And so that's why I like. But it's like when you come across like fighters that have like a lot of wrestling experience, like when they get person on the takedown, like they got them all good, and very rarely does the other guy come out of that, or woman.
It's true. Yeah.
What about you, Chad? You have any weird passions or No?
Not really.
Just gaming?
Gaming, music.
That's another. We didn't talk about that. What kind of music do y'all like? I know y'all are a punk rock band, but what kind of music do y'all like?
Everything.
I listen to a lot of ska.
Yeah.
Ska. What about
ska and reggae?
I listen to everything, to be honest.
Hardcore, metal.
Punk rock is my taste. That's just what I like.
What about a little ba? Y'all listen to ba?
What the hell is that?
Really?
What's a little ba? Like a sheep?
Like a
ba?
sheep, right?
Nah, it's orchestra.
I don't know. Never heard of it.
Shoot. Maybe I'm not saying his name right. I don't remember.
Bach?
It's like Bach.
Yeah. Oh, Bach, like
Sebastian Bach.
Like Bach and Beethoven. And
Sure. Mozart and all that.
Yeah. Especially like if you're like studying or something like that, put on some classical music. Hell yeah, man.
The only thing I can't get down on too much is country.
Why not?
At least the new country.
Wait. Have y'all listened to Willie Walker Jr.?
Nope.
Negative.
No, sorry.
I'll play you some after the podcast. I mean,
okay, Willy Wonka Jr.
Willy Wonka. Does he have a candy like business?
No.
No, man. Yeah,
no, he just he basically talks shit singing, basically like country.
I'll probably like that.
Yeah, and I love it. Like it's hilarious, but then it's all like, yeah, I can see that. I seen that done in the country. Like that's because I work out in the country. Like for my job, takes me out in the country, so I meet like a lot of country people.
You gotta show me that.
Yeah, I'll like. He goes off on Twitter all the time, and sometimes he gets like big companies to give him free shit because he's just ratting on them.
I just don't like all the what they call hick hop.
Hick hop, yeah.
Hick hop?
No.
You mean
like stadium country?
Thank you. I can't do that.
I mean, I sometimes like even if I don't like maybe like the singer or like the lyrics that are being spitting out, I'll sometimes like just hone in on like the musical like stuff. Like maybe their guitarist is really good. I'm like,
yeah, I wish
like
sometimes like I could just
turn off the lyrics.
Yeah,
turn
mute
off
the voice.
vocals.
Yeah, and just listen to the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because sometimes like there's even bands here in town, and I won't name any because I don't want to get fucking pissed on. But you see like a guitarist or you see a bass player or somebody, and you're like, dude, they're too fucking good for this band. You know what I mean? And like, no offense to the band. Well, yeah, offense a little bit, but it's just like, dude, get out of that band and go do something like bigger or better. Like, go be in a better band, because like I feel like sometimes maybe musicians might like get comfortable, and then they get held back, and like you're just like, dude, that guitarist is way too good to be hanging out with these people. Like, you know what I mean? But I mean, yeah, like I like to sometimes just hone in on the music. But yeah, I mostly listen to punk rock, but I listen to everything, man. Like, if it sounds good to me, and like if it has a good melody, I'm cool with it.
I also really like funk.
What would y'all label Rise Against as? Rock or punk rock?
They were.
I hear mix.
I mean, in the beginning, they were more of a punk rock band, but I think they've kind of broken off and done more of like a, I don't know, post-hardcore alternative punk rock kind of stuff.
I mean, still one of my favorite bands. And
oh yeah, they're great. They're coming, right?
Yeah, Austin.
September 11th, right?
Austin Stubbs.
I gotta be there.
I'm the
Rise Against, AFI, Anti-Flag.
Oh yeah,
on one bill.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, be a good show. What was it? Miguel was telling me that I haven't looked up that podcast because I forgot which podcast it was.
Mm-hmm.
But he told me like they did an interview with the lead singer the lead guitarist
for Rise Against.
And I was just like, like it only comes to me when I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
And then when I'm like not doing anything, I go off on like YouTube and look up weird stuff, man. Like
that's cool,
conspiracies and whatnot.
Right.
How y'all feel about conspiracies? Y'all like conspiracies?
Oh, yeah, down the rabbit hole in the middle of the night on YouTube.
It's on YouTube till like 4 in the morning. You're like, oh fuck, and then you like start thinking of crazy shit, like the brain kind of named itself. If you really think about it, like you just start thinking of crazy.
No.
I need some sleep.
I had this weird thought like about the universe, space, and time, and whatnot. Like what happens like when we get to the end of time, the end of the universe. Yeah. And I was all like, what if we just start going, what if time just starts going backwards? And like we just start, everything that was basically dead becomes undead, reverses into life, into unborn. Basically, you're just playing, the universe just plays in backwards. And then, and I shit you not, like earlier this week, I read an article about how some physicists have found evidence that time might actually flow back.
Well, thanks for having us on.
We'll see you later. Oh, nothing lost?
Nothing lost.
What, did I just blow your mind, or I just made y'all feel creeped out?
Just time. This time is insignificant right now, so. We'll come back to it later.
We're saying goodbye because we'll end up coming back to this again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Time's going to go backwards.
Yeah.
We're preparing for the future, which is actually behind us.
Are you sure about that? You sure it's not ahead of you or behind you?
Again, thanks for having us, dude. It's been a blast. We're gonna head out of here. But yeah, man,
that's a whole nother episode. Right there.
Yeah.
Well, I am happy.
I would be glad to come back and talk conspiracies.
That wasn't a conspiracy. That was just a wild thought I had in my head. Did I make y'all trip too much on that one?
No, I love ideas like that. I love it.
Oh man, but
yeah, we'll be having a part 2 whenever your drummer comes back.
That sounds super wicked.
Yeah, maybe we can set something up where we can maybe play a song here for you or something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That'd be sweet.
Y'all got enough room?
Yeah, we'll figure it out, dude. We
can
can
make something.
If he has like a cajon or something, he can kind of sit on and make a beat, and then I'll bring an acoustic and.
I can scoot this thing back too.
We'll figure it all out.
We'll figure it all out.
Play a couple jams for you. So,
that'd be awesome. I'm sure people would love that.
Yeah. So
that'd be fun. Yeah.
Be on the lookout for part 2 for this. For sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely be back with Greg.
Yeah,
a lot of fun. I didn't creep him out there for a second. I thought I scared y'all.
You just went on a whole whole nother level.
Hey, I've been getting feedback from people who's all like, you need to open up more. Talk more about yourself. Give more of your thoughts.
Well,
Man,
here you
y'all don't
go.
want to
This
know.
was fun, man.
Y'all don't want to know more about my
Yeah,
thoughts. I have some crazy
now.
thoughts sometimes.
I do now.
What episode is this? What episode are you on now?
11.
11.
Man, you got time to talk about yourself and people to know you.
I know.
You know what I mean? So,
I know.
There's
So
so much
that's
to
what I
find
figured.
out.
There's no rush.
No rush. Let it all be organic.
I got a ton of stories from lifeguarding.
We can't wait.
Just.
But we'll do part 2, man, with Edson
Oh, yeah.
here. Maybe if we can throw a jam down, that'd be sweet.
Fuck yeah, that'd be awesome.
You know, I don't know if anyone else is still watching or listening to this before April 6th.
Yeah, you got 3 people.
That's good enough.
Yeah, y'all come before
Hardcore fans right there.
April 6th. We'll be at Jackrabbit.
Yeah, we'll be at Jackrabbit April 6th, and then on April 20th we'll be at Bonds. So come out to either one of those shows. The April 6th one is free to get in, cover. Tons of local artists selling a bunch of cool stuff. Some bands playing. Food and drink specials, craft beers if you're into that. Come out, have a blast with us. We're gonna party, man. It's gonna go all night till like 2 a.m. So like
nice.
from 6 to 2 a.m. just gonna be a big party. And so if you got nothing to do on a Friday and you don't have any money, come on out, dude. Come on out, catch a ride, catch an Uber. Hit us up if you know us, and we'll come pick you up.
We'll take you too.
We'll come pick you up. You know.
Do y'all have any social media plugins that y'all want to do? Your Instagram.
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Instagram
we got
also?
Instagram at Nothing Lost Band.
What about y'all's personal Instagram?
My personal Instagram is
If y'all want to give that out.
No,
it's up
fine.
to y'all.
Mine is xryryx.
xryryx.
I think mine was InstaChad.
InstaChat. Yeah, I think so. I think it is InstaChat.
You can,
I'll look it up and I'll put it on the page.
you can check out our music. Right now, we have, like I said, a couple garage demos and then one acoustic version of the song we're going to release pretty soon.
And that's on SoundCloud?
That's on SoundCloud, Nothing Lost TX. And then if you go to our Facebook page, you just search Nothing Lost TX as well. You'll find us and, like us on Facebook. We'll just try and keep you updated with everything that what's going on with us. So,
Awesome. And I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that voted for me. Y'all did awesome. I greatly appreciate all the votes y'all did. We got second place. Thank you. Hey. I mean, I know I was in first for a little bit, but those other guys, they just went on their podcast and asked their people to vote for them, and they got over 2,000 friends and everything.
That's cool.
And plus, they have more content, and they've been around for I think over a year.
You had 10 episodes and killed it.
Yeah.
Hey,
I just.
And you're only going to grow from here.
So. Not bad, dude. 10 episodes, you got second place from somebody who's been around for a year, and I mean, hey.
And a pretty fucking big city of San Antonio too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure, man. So congratulations.
Still an uncracked market. I mean, a lot of people still don't know what podcast is.
Right.
It's a surprise, but.
I'm still learning.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on
that,
man. Sweet.
Yes, and thanks for having us.
Yeah, dude, thanks for having us.
More than welcome to come back anytime.
Anytime.
We'll have fun.
Sure. Just don't have this boomerang.
Yeah.
What? You don't like that?
Scar?
You see the scar on my chin?
What happened there?
I got hit by a boomerang.
All right, save that for the next one.
We'll save that. We'll save that.
All right, guys. 2. Thanks for joining in. Take it easy. Be nice out there. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.